Yeah, I've been meant to do Children of Zodiarcs for a little bit, so we'll do a wee bit of that, shall we? How do I feel about Mario plus Rabbids? I'm really looking forward to it. This game seems to be limited to 60 hertz for whatever reason, but... that should work nicely. Okay, let's get this in here so you can see it. Yeah, that game looks like a nice mix of XCOM and... what the hell's the name of it? Disgaea, with the throwing mechanic. Alright, let's have a quick look at this. So this is supposed to be like a RPG dice builder, I think? Because Jesse was talking a lot about this, and I wanted to check that out. So let's have a quick gander. It was done under the Square Enix's Collective program. A cyber-technological miracle, a source of limitless energy, a pathway to hidden knowledge, to others an infinitely corrupting influence, an alien parasite, a weapon. The Zodiarcs were gifts of the heralds who came to Loomis over 1,000 years ago from a dark and dying world. Nah, I'm not gonna look at the Guild Wars expansion. I'm out of MMOs now. I'm done. The Zodiarc brought incredible changes to the world. They provided a way to manifest human will into physical reality. An age of incredible wonders followed. An age that ended in a terrible war. From the ashes of that glorious age, new societies arose, and much of the past was forgotten. The world found a simple peace. Over the centuries, fragments of the past were uncovered, not discovered, including the history of the mysterious Zodiarcs. Wise men found Zodiac relics and in time discovered their purpose. The new Zodiac age had begun. Deep inside the nobles district of the ancient city of Taurus, a band of thieves makes a daring incursion to the private chambers, that's not how you spell chambers, of a wealthy Tauran merchant. Alright, let's see how this plays. Like I say, I heard that like the battle mechanic is very much dice building, so you start off with crap dice and try and get better dice. I love engine building and build. Just the fuck is wrong? Oh, that looked like eyes. I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually sunglasses. Ah! I'm not gonna read all this stuff out. That's not gonna happen. We're not doing any VO. All right, see how it works. To move a hero, first select it and select its destination. I would love to do that. Yeah, so it's tactics mixed with dice, I think. Put them on guard. Ah, you pick the direction, so it's kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics. You pick the direction after you move. Let's see what he's got. Probably want to get behind him, right? Okay, so the abilities are cards. So if I move to the side, I guess I can play Crashing Down for 8. Every time a card is played, dice are thrown to enhance and affect its outcome. Oh, you can hold to grab the dice and throw them. That's a neat little bit of user interaction. I like that. Yeah, so you got the dice here and you just throw them. There you go. That's cool. That's a neat little idea. So these dice will either help or hinder the attack, and I guess you can earn better dice, which will make things better. So each shard increases the strength of the attack, and each heart heals the hero by the looks of it. And there are a lot of dice symbols you can earn. And you can select which 2 dice to reroll if you want. Which he's only got minus 8 HP from this, so I should probably reroll... I should reroll the 2 health dice, right? There we go. Which ended up with 2 health again anyway. Alright, I guess that's all it is. Yeah, also, can we stop with the whole cards thing? What's the difference? What's the difference? If it wasn't called a card, you'd say it was an ability. It literally is nothing but people having a preconceived bias against something they perceive to be too much in the market. Okay, they're not cards now. It's an ability set. Okay, it's an ability set now. Oh, the problem just went away. Amazing. Incredible. Because we just changed the name on it, so you're not getting mad about it anymore. Yeah, that was really difficult. The only issue you have with cards is that collectible cards in games like Hearthstone cost money to unlock and cost a bunch of money to get a full set of. That is not the case in the game. There is literally no problem with cards whatsoever. It is bullshit, and you need to stop it. Thank you. Now that we have quite finished with that, I'm going to move here and go for a guard. It's like as a skewer. I'm going to hold on to that for the time being. Ew! He's going to try to impale me. Oh, pleasant. Well, you feel free. Well, I was defending, so let's hit him with something difficult. Am I absolutely forced to move? Didn't seem like I would be, no. Okay, so it's 12 HP on skewer. We get a bunch of special dice on this, so I guess they're going to hit a lot harder. Don't know what the stars are worth. We're going to hit him for 6, though, so that was kind of shitty. Let's re-roll that blue dice and that health dice. There we go. That's a bit more dangerous, isn't it? Only even for 7. So the stars are armor piercing. I don't know how much armor he had in the first place, but hey. There we go. Got a heal from it too. So I like my tactics game, so this isn't too shabby. Putting a dice element in it is a little... gets a bit of originality from me. Get a few points for that, because there's a lot of tactics games out right now. I wonder why my counter sucks so much. I wonder what I can do to improve that. Ultimately, people complaining about cards and dice are really confusing to me, because, like, have you ever played an RPG at any point in your life? Because both of those, especially on a table, that's quite important. Yeah, so I'm not doing any damage because I'm not piercing his armor by the looks of it. So I think, hopefully, if I re-roll these and do a bit more, I'll be able to break through. So I guess he has enough armor to deflect it. I'm still doing no damage. I guess I have to use skewer then. Because his armor's so strong that it doesn't matter how hard I hit him. It's doing nothing. That would explain why my counter's doing nothing. Now the chat is having a vigorous argument over what constitutes a dice roll and what does not. I was going to say, guess what? Most of your favorite computer games use basically what is dice under the hood. They just don't bother to show it to you. And thankfully you can speed this up. So just consider that before making silly remarks about being sick of cards and dice, because most of your favorite games use both of those things. They just obfuscate them. There we go. We need armor piercing points to be able to kill it. Yeah, you just hold down the button and it speeds it up. I'm only showing you the animations to, you know, for the benefit of the viewers. I'll skip the rest. RPGs with sets of abilities are boring, in my opinion. It's like, oh, cool, this guy can do 3 or 4 different things that are the same every time. Wow, yeah, that's really impressive. I'm sure that's going to result in a lot of varied combat. Or, you know, it isn't, because it doesn't. That's why I find JRPGs boring. Most of the fights are just bullshit. They're just a waste of time. You might as well just let them auto-battle. And I don't like a game that I'm not involved in. And those games I'm not involved in. Stuff, I like that. If you look closely, you can see that. I'll face that way. That looks like the most dangerous guy. But yeah, if you hold down the button, it goes a lot faster. Alright, looks like that's another character we can play with. Alright. So she has a lot of Blitz, apparently. 5 copies of it, in fact, so I guess... You wanted ability consistency? Oh, you just got it. So it's apparently a very defensive-oriented ability. I'm gonna re-roll these 2 dice because I want a bit more damage on this swing. See if I can get it. Got 1 more. But by losing one of those defense, that means I will take a damage in the counter attack. So I've got a balance between the 2 things. But yeah, I think there is some dice crafting in this. Dice crafting is becoming a thing. Dice building and dice drafting has been a thing for a while. Marvel Dice Masters is a game that a lot of people liked. Do I go back to him? Because it seems like my turn's done, and yet it isn't. What's happening here? Yep. But she's all kind of out, so I'd expect to maybe switch to the next hero here? Yeah, you'd... Oh, God. You'd think you go to him? Oh, yeah, it is that. Why doesn't it just auto-pan over? That's a bit jank. Backstab, no counterattack. Okay, good. Yeah, really, it should auto-pan when someone's done like that. Oh, that was crap. Alright, we need to re-roll probably that one. We need at least 1 armor piercing. We roll that because it's useless. I don't think you can roll dice into other dice to knock them over, though that would be a neat idea. Looks like a backstab maybe earns me an extra card or something. Yeah, but like I say, you can skip through this. There we go, her counterattack was really strong. Mine not so much, because I don't have armor piercing without using skewer. Yep, you're getting stabbed. Oh, so you can roll dice into other dice. That is a very interesting idea. I thought the physical element was just for the sake of it. Apparently not. Let's try it and see what happens then. Even though this is a good stab, I want to experiment with this idea. I'm going to take this dice. And I'm going to try and roll it into another dice. Wow, that didn't work. It just kind of bounced around randomly. Took you a while to die, didn't it? It's a neat idea. There we go. I'll definitely put... Bearing in mind it's an RPG with a bit of a slow start, I'll definitely need to put a bit more time into this before I know if I like it or not. It seems like it has some promise. Oh, there's an auto-roll option? I like rolling them. That's fun. It gives you that, like, board game feel. Tabletop RPGs. Incidentally, one of the most successful, in fact, the top-rated board game of all time right now on Board Game Geek is Gloomhaven, which, guess what? Its abilities is done with cards. And it works very, very well. I have my copy, the second printing of Gloomhaven, on the way, I think, in a few months. Because that game sold out, was literally completely unavailable. Such is the way of board games. That is how board games work these days, because they're limited printing, so if you don't get them, well, you're fucked. Video games are now infinite. Board games, not so much. There is a reason to pre-order board games, because you may very well literally not get them. There is certainly not a reason to pre-order video games, because there is never going to be a shortage of those. That and kickstarting reprintings. Like, I kickstarted the 3rd reprinting of Cthulhu Wars. I'm not going to get that until 2018. I'm going to have to wait that long. Which is fine, I have way more board games than I need right now anyway, but I want Cthulhu Wars because it's fucking incredible. It has giant models, and apparently it's a very, very cool asymmetric game. You can, of course, play on tabletop, but it's not quite as good as picking up a 12 or 18-inch high Cthulhu and dumping it on the board. There is something about that which feels pretty great. Yeah, that's the only thing I kickstart now, board games. I don't kickstart video games anymore. It's pointless. Kickstarting board games, though, there's a very good reason for that. Because more often than not, that's like the only way you're going to get a proper price. Because they do a printing, they just do a printing of the amount of kickstarted copies they have. And if they're not certain they're going to sell anymore, they don't print anymore. Because board games are quite expensive to make, and you don't want to overprint them. Yep, okay. So everyone has their own deck. My apologies. Selecting a card, yellow tiles show the effective range. Alright. That and the vast majority of board games do get completed. It's very, very rare to see one not. Obviously, some turn out pretty shitty. Like, some people think Dark Souls turned out badly. I don't think it did. I think it accomplished what it was aiming to do. It just so happens that what it was aiming to do was not the same as what some people wanted from it. I think that's got a great deal to do with it. I'm okay with the game. This is obviously not in range. You also have Iron Sight. I wonder what the range on that is. You click it and it shows. Okay, I'll hit them with that instead. As a simulation of the video game, I think it did a pretty good job. As a board game, I don't necessarily think it's all that good, no. But it did definitely give me the Dark Souls feel. I would say Bloodborne, the card game, while being less like the game, is a better game. It's a better board game in and of itself. Galaxy of Trion I backed, that's ended up sucking. That was a mistake. And also Drop Fleet Commander. I expected a box. What did I get? I got plastic, basically plastic sprues in a cardboard box, and that was it. No box, no rules, nothing. It was pretty bad, and I vastly regret backing it. Outside of that, I've got every board game I've backed. There was a set of dice I didn't get. They never arrived. That sucked. So that can go to hell. But that's, unfortunately, the nature of the beast. When it comes to Kickstarter, you have no guarantee it'll arrive. It's often good to kickstart from someone who has had multiple successful Kickstarters before. That's generally the way to go. I could do a free action. I think I'm gonna, I'm gonna draw a card instead, because these are mostly useless. There we go. Nah, I'm not doing board game videos. I'm too busy on video games. What time would I ever have to do board game videos? I don't have the time for it. Like I said, if I ever moved away from board games, from video games, I would do a board game channel. But I'm too busy with video games right now, and I'm not sick enough of them to want to switch. But if I ever was going to abandon video games, I would go to the board game market, and I would do that. Okay, so physical attacks performed, get a counterattack from adjacent tiles. Expected counterattack damage is displayed. Magic and physical attacks performed at long range don't trigger it. The attack forecast. Yeah, I have good counterattack strength. You have more counterattack strength when you have more cards in your hand. I think I also rolled defense on my last dice roll, so I thought that helped as well, but I guess maybe I was mistaken there. Alright, let's get a move on, shall we? She's got some range. I think she can throw a knife, but I don't have the range. Might as well throw Will to Live out. Might as well heal up. There's nothing else I can do right now. Sounds good. Outside of that, board games I backed that have been good. Pursuit of Happiness was really good. Really happy with the quality of that. I backed Orcs Must Die. I haven't played it yet. The miniatures were alright. They're not brilliant. They're okay, though. Oh, there was the other one. Bigger other disappointment was Harebrained Schemes Golem Arcana. That sucked. That was really bad. It was like, oh, it's special. It's like, it was expensive, too. It's like these miniatures, you have a virtual stylus that reads all the stuff, and the iPad calculates anything. Turns out that just makes a really shitty board game. That turns out that is all it does, which actually isn't good. So that was a bit disappointing. But other than that, I backed Little Drop Poison, which is really good. Thieves Market's really good. I backed multiple Star Realms Kickstarters, and I've been happy with all of those. I backed Epic Card Game, that was really good. What else did I back? Quite a lot. Let me bring up my Kickstarter. Hang on a sec. We're talking about board games now. That's how it's going to be while we're doing this battle, which, to be fair, is a little boring to watch. I will admit that. So let's bring up my Kickstarter. Doo-da, doo-da. Let's look at my Kickstarter. Doo-da-doo-da-da. What did I back? Too much fucking shit. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Okay. Things I backed recently. Action News. The game of television news. That's going to be good because that is a very much a co-optional lounge and stage game. So I'm happy with that. I backed Star Realms Frontiers, which is the new expansion for Star Realms, which I already know is amazing. So there's that. Let's put some music on the background while I talk about board games. Where is it? Where's the good one? Where's the good one? Yeah, flashback. There we go. I backed the Component Collector, which is a set of dice trays made in African mahogany. I needed some trays for my board game table, so I got that. I backed the second printing of Gloomhaven. Bear in mind, a copy of Gloomhaven goes for about $150, $200. The second printing is $99, so that's good. I backed Tiny Epic Quest. For $28. I backed Soul, The Last Days of a Dying Star, which is really good. And the box quality is amazing. The component quality is super cool. I backed Dark Souls. I backed Little Drop Poison, as I mentioned. I backed Worldwide Wrestling International Incident, which is the expansion for Worldwide Wrestling pen and paper RPG, which we're eventually going to play. I backed Codex, which was a $227 giant card game with cards you play from folders. It's one of the Serland's games. It's pretty insane. I haven't owned it yet. Pursuit of Happiness, Thieves Market. I backed Joking Hazard, which was the Silent Happiness game, which is alright. I backed Luma Dice, which is a bunch of colored LED dice. I got them. They're pretty good. I backed Secret Hitler, as you're well aware. I backed CatTube Famous, which was a card game about releasing cat videos. I played that maybe once. It wasn't very good. It was a cute idea. I backed the big box edition of Carson City. I backed Epic Card Game. I backed Evolution, which is a board game about evolving life forms. It's pretty cool. I backed Exploding Kittens, which is a piece of shit, and you should never buy it because it's not even a game. Basically, it's a set of funny cards. It's not a game. I backed Conan, which I've never played, but is apparently, by all accounts, very, very good. I backed You Need These Dice, which I never got. I backed Galaxy of Trion, which was shit. I backed Heavy Steam, which I've never played, but is, by all accounts, a pretty cool game of steam-powered titans fighting each other. I backed Golem Arcana, which was a piece of crap. I backed... That's it for board games, actually. I backed Apocalypse, which is a really good zombie survival board game. That's it. Yep, that's all the board games I backed. I'd say maybe 70-80% of them were good, and the rest were junk. And the only thing I've never received is that set of dice. Everything else I got. Neat. Alright, let's play just a little bit more of this and then we'll wrap it up. Like I said, this is not a very interesting game to watch. I will happily admit that. I don't mind playing it. This is a sort of pretty much at your own pace kind of tactics game. I'm going to play a little bit more of it, though, 'cause I'm not sure I like it yet. It seems kind of neat, but I'm not entirely convinced by it yet. I'm going to do Knives Out, I think. So that's the range on Knives Out. Like I say, mixing Final Fantasy Tactics with a dice game is actually a pretty good idea. I should have moved forward twice and thrown at that, but hey. This seems to pierce armor, I think. I think Star is an armor pierce. I get an extra action off the back of it, so we can do that. So if we roll that, that gives us an extra action. I like that. We might want to re-roll the is that... I think Star cracks armor. It would be really nice if... Oh, you have an F1 for that. Stars trigger special effects. Shields provide counterattack damage. Yeah, so the special effect is based on whatever the card is, I guess. So let's re-roll the counterattack damage. Cool. Give us a bit extra. God damn it. Yes, I got my key devolver. And no, I can't stream it till tomorrow. So that's how that is. I would love to stream it today. Unfortunately, I have the Co-op podcast tomorrow, so you know what? I might not get to stream for like a week, which would kind of suck, but such is the way of your embargoes. That's just how it is. Throw another damn knife. There we go. You're down. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Make sure they can't backstab me. There are things we can do here. So Quick Draw has a range of 1, 2, 3. So unfortunately, I need to be standing right where she is to be an optimal range for it. But you could probably still hit them from there. Let's see if I was right or not. I wasn't. I was not in any way right. And I don't believe there's any undo. I am a... No, wait. No, Quick Draw can hit. Huh? So you're telling me Quick Draw can hit him, but now you're telling me Quick Draw can't hit him? Because last I checked... Oh, it looks like maybe I can move and then hit him. Wait, what the fuck did I just do? Did I fire a nothing? Oh, God. Okay. What does that dice symbol do? I wish they just had tooltips. It draws more cards. Just do tooltips. It's easier. Well, I think I'm about to hit myself for 6 HP, which sounds like a really dumb idea. You idiot. So you can do it because it lets you draw off it. God, I'm so stupid. Quick Draw's an AoE. Oh, I had no idea. I did not know it was an AoE. That explains that. You know, an AoE that hits yourself, apparently. Gotta watch out for that shit. That looks like there's a sniper over there. She really needs to draw cards. Will to Live is not gonna help here. Okay, well, in that case, we can do it properly this time and not fuck it up. So, yeah, Quick Draw hits that. There we go. And that's gonna get me more cards by the looks of it. I do like the dice mechanic. It feels pretty fun. Suitably sort of RPG. And the reroll's nice on it as well. The special effect trigger is off star, isn't it? I just don't know what that actually does in this case. Again, I wish the game would just tell you that. It's a good game, it's not a good streaming game. It's a actually fairly poor streaming game, because frankly, the pace of it is all out of whack. It's not an interesting game to watch. At least there's the speed up option, which does help. So I'm gonna get shot by the Persecutor. And like I said, counterattack damage is based on dice and also how many cards you have in your hand. There's definitely some depth to it, quite a significant amount, actually. Let's get behind this guy and blitz, and then we get a free action off the back of that. See what we can do with it. Now we can use... I'm not sure if Will to Live lets me heal someone else, or if it's just heal her. Alright, let's kill. Yes, if there's a star on the card, it'll do something. I want to know what it does. Giving extra information to people in the game is never a bad thing. People do need to sort of understand that concept. It's like, no, no. It can always be done better. And there is never a problem with giving more information to a player in this situation. Never. That's always a good thing. The less clarity you have, the more confused people get. There we go. Alright, where are we going from here? I might be able to hit both of them with Quick Draw if I do that right. So let's have a look at the pattern of it. Look, it looks like I could place it right there and I could probably hit them both, right? In theory. Yep. That'll be nice. Let's power this up as much as I can. 3 shards, probably the best I'm getting from that, right? I think so. It's a little plus icon on the card. I'm not quite sure what that means. Guess we're gonna do what... Yeah, this should do. Cards for 3 dudes simultaneously. Yes, they seem to be AoE. Hover over tooltips are never bad in any game ever. Just saying. If you disagree, you're wrong. Alright. Let's go Knives Out to maybe finish the officer off. Yeah, that's a guarantee. Alright. That'll work. Yeah, it seems like this has a pretty lengthy tutorial. Alright, level up. And that upgraded Knives Out. So we have better stuff on that. I like that. I like building engines. That's why I love playing Dominion. And other deck builders. And like I say, dice building is becoming a thing now as well. Yeah, he's pretty low on HP. I have to do something about that. I don't think Will to Live does that. Yeah. I can target him with Will to Live. Okay, that's good, because he needs to draw cards this turn. That'll work just fine. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of mechanics still to unlock, so... I heard some good things about Dice Forge, but I don't know. I looked at a review of it, and I'm not quite convinced. It didn't seem like it was quite what I was looking for. It's neat, you know, being able to take the sides of the dice off and replace them with better ones. I'm just not 100% on it. Yeah, the concept of dice building is you start with really crappy dice and you get better ones. It's the same as deck building. You start with a crappy deck, you expand it, and then you try and trim off the bad stuff, like the old stuff that you had that's now out of date. So, pretty much the same idea. We're gonna have to draw cards again. I think it seems like if we lock him down, we can have him run around like an idiot. Cool, so Knives Out now does more damage, by the looks of it. It's a level 2 card. As for this guy, we now have 2 iron sights, which it looks like is just a sniper ability. I think it will be nice. Because I read there was a way to do it. Like, I want to find out if I move here, whether or not iron sight's going to be in range. There, yeah, that sort of helps. I'm too used to XCOM War of the Chosen now, and how good that is about that. So it looks like, for a pure diagonal, you've got 2. So, if I stand here, I can hit him. 510 HP on him. Can I hit him? Should be able to. 2 to 7, that's crap. Okay, so yeah, we'll go for the 5 to 10 on him. Yeah, F1 brings you help on the card, but it gives you just sort of indicators. It doesn't tell you dynamically what things are. Oh, and I get a draw off that, and he really needs that. So you know what? I'll keep the draw. It's interesting to now make choices. Like, do I want to keep a card draw, or do I want to roll for more damage, or to trigger a special? That's neat. And it does seem like that blue plus indicates that there's an extra blue dice on it. And I assume you can upgrade that for yet more dice as well. Oh, they've upgraded, so they... Oh, now they're rolling way more dice because you just buffed the whole fucking team. That's gonna be rough. This is gonna hurt. I'm liking this a lot. Now now I'm getting the hang of it. It's definitely a board game. Ooh, so Knives Out 2 does extra damage if you get a star. I think it maybe locks a target down for 1 turn. I kind of don't want to waste it on him. I'd rather kill him with it, because Knives Out seems so good now. Thing is, didn't Knives Out used to... No, it was Blitz that gave you an extra turn. Knives Out doesn't. Okay. Yeah, so this is a guaranteed kill. whatever we roll, by the looks of it. And that also means I can get counterattack and an extra action. Oh, so yeah, it is the extra action if you roll that dice that has the lightning on it. If you roll a 6. Okay. That means I can turn around and knives out him to death. Actually, I can't move, so I can't knives out because he's right next to me. I could put Will to Live, though. That would work. I could do with healing up anyway. I maybe should have just used it to draw more cards if I had the option. That'll work. I like this. This keeps getting better and better. Yeah, the digital form is probably the right call. I don't think you can backstab with range, so let's face forward. Because a lot of this is like, you gotta think about the amount of shit you'd have to track. Especially if cards are upgrading and dice are upgrading. How the hell do you do that? That's so fiddly. This is neat, though. This has got a lot going for it. I'm just gonna have to play more to really get a vibe of what it is. I'm okay doing these suggests videos that are just like, hey, this is why this is cool, and maybe you should think about checking it out, and that's really all it is. Can I hit them both with Quick Draw? What's the AoE like on it? No, I don't want that. I know there was a target preview, wasn't there? Highlight a unit on the map to see how far they can move. After selecting a hero, choose a destination to move to. Yeah. Let's move range preview. The range of a card. After selecting a card, yellow tiles show the effective range. Highlight yellow tile to see the card's target area. Okay. So if I click... It's not... Yeah, that's how that works. Okay. So if I were able to land it here, then it would work. So if I stand there... and I hit Quick Draw right here, it's going to hit both of them. So that's how that works. I mean, I guess that's probably a... It's not as good as it's going to get. I'm thinking re-roll both of those. There's still a... I'm still thinking about what Star does in this situation, because Star's supposed to activate the special, right? But there isn't a special listed on this card. Which almost makes me think Star would do nothing in this situation, but that can't be right. I kind of want to re-roll this because there's a chance of getting a 2. What does Star do here? Anyone have any ideas? Let's hit dice. Yeah, because it triggers special effects, but there's no listed special effect on this card. So it almost makes me think that's actually no use right now. Yeah, I think it is just nothing. It probably is when it upgrades, though. I bet they add a special ability then. Alright then, I think that's probably the best we're going to get out of this shot. I'm concerned that this guy's going to die this turn, but let's see. Yeah, Star's useless. I bet once the card hits level 2, it's not, though. It seems like the dice on and the cards are kind of separate, and it might be possible to upgrade one. Because you saw that buff, it already gave them a bunch of extra stuff. This is going to hurt. And he got 2 cards off that draw. Yeah, nasty. This is cool. Why are there so many cool games? Or why isn't anyone playing them? God, it sucks. I think I'm going to leave him alone and I'm going to run into the room here. I can hit the leader with knives out. I can't kill him, though. I could kill the prosecutor as guarantee, but I might get an extra action out of it. I still need to draw, though. Maybe we still try and kill the prosecutor this turn, or we use both of them to do it. Also, I think if I get the star, I can at least lock him down. I don't know if that's just gonna stop him from moving, because we could move Pester out of range. We're gonna re-roll both of these to try and get star. Yes, remember there are no good video games. Because we, you know, just aren't paying attention. Maybe because some media's doing a crappy job of pointing them out. Maybe that might be why. I'm thinking heal. There's a possibility. I don't think Iron Sight's going to kill him with his armor. I think we're going to have to heal. But what we don't want is him tanking. So let's pop him in the corner and then hit Compassion. Hold prevents movement. Yeah, which would be fine because he's a melee attacker. That makes sense. Star does nothing here, so I think we have to reroll that. I'm going to reroll this too. That's a better result. That gets card draw and extra heal. I'm cool with that. That's the thing, isn't it? You know? You wonder why games cost so much money. You know, they've got to throw a bunch of money at them to get people to pay attention. It's why it's up to streamers and it's up to YouTubers to break that cycle. It's also up to the fucking old media to do it. The problem is they've lost so much of their influence that they can, you know, people don't trust them anymore. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? That's why, you know, I had no interest in the old media dying off. I just want them to get better. But it might be too late. Some of them are okay, still, but quite a few of them, not so much. I'm gonna have to draw here. She can hold, I think. Iron Sight, can that hit from here? It can. Not a kill, but close. We have to wear him down somehow. Oh, let's reroll that crap, because it's useless. Steam is not helping, no. But they're working on it. Like I said, if they empower curators more, that's a fix. That's a solution. And to be fair, Children of Zodiarcs did pop up under popular releases. They didn't pop it up in the pile of shit that's under new releases. So there is that. The problem is, like, Steam for years has not been used as a discovery engine. So they need to convince people. Ow! God, he's gonna backstab the hell out of me. Ow. So they need to make sure that people trust Steam as a discovery engine. And a lot of that is really going to be down to making sure that curators have the power they need. And people trying to restrict the power of curators, well, to me, those are people that are just actually not interested in making sure that these games have the visibility they deserve. And those people should be fought against. You know, old media, it seems to be against their interest. A lot of people that are just jelly. It's like, well, I don't like TotalBiscuit and Jim Sterling and Jesse Cox and all those people, so they shouldn't have influence. That's not how the world works, mate. We earned that. I don't care if you don't like me. That doesn't matter. Bug off. We got a job to do. You assholes can get out of the way. Or we'll just run you down in the process. I have no time for people in this industry that are not interested in making this industry better. Part of making that industry better is making sure that good and original ideas get exposed to you, the audience. And then we trust you, the audience, to make good choices on the back of that, because you're not idiots. It's just really hard for you, you know. You have a job, or you're studying at university, you have a family, you got kids, you're busy. You don't have time for this shit. We do. This is why it's our job to do that. And I'm very, very, very serious about this. I'm fucking passionate about this issue, because I believe it. This is a job. It's a real fucking job. And it's our job to make sure that you guys see the whole depth and breadth of what is available on this platform, and that we find you good stuff to consider. And you don't have to go out and buy everything. 90% of what I show you, you're probably not going to like. And you know what? That doesn't offend me. That doesn't. Because maybe 10% you do like. And maybe that's enough. You find even one game that you wouldn't have found otherwise because of one of my videos, then I have done my job. I have done it correctly. That is my sole interest in this industry. Alright, we're wrapping it up, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. You get to see 3 games today. I am going to do a video on Redeemer. That's probably going to be coming out... Actually, I have no idea. It'll be some point this week. I need to put a little bit more time into Zodiarcs. I am liking it, but I need just a little bit more time to get through these mechanics. I don't think I can explain the game well enough yet until we have access to all this stuff. So I'm going to put a couple more hours into it. I really like what I've seen so far. It is a little bit slow, and it could do better with communicating information. And obviously, Dusk is not out until next month, so I'm not going to cover it until closer to release. But as I think you have very clearly noticed, we do actually like it. Awesome. This has been a very productive stream. I'd like to thank all of you for coming to watch it. Please make sure that you use Kumo Face, no space, on as many channels as possible. That's Cynical Kumo Face. That's our brand new emote. Also, remember, tomorrow, Co-optional Podcast, 3 p.m. Eastern. That is 12 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. British Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time, 10 p.m. Eastern European Summer Time. Any other time zone, you can figure it out for yourself. And our guest is going to be Angry Centaur Gaming, who has been a rising force in the reviewing scene as of late. And I'm glad to see that. We need more good reviewers, so I'm going to bring him on and we're going to talk some video games. And I am going to take some of that feedback into account that apparently I am finishing people's thoughts and I'm interrupting people too much. I'm going to make my best effort not to do that tomorrow. Okay, I hope that I can do that for you. Make the show a bit better. Thank you very much, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. I do wish I could smoothly get out of that, but as soon as I click on the menu, it's like, the music dies. Like, graceful fade out into end. Nope. Nope. God damn it. Goodbye.